We're live. I play with the glasses. We are live, and I'm going to do something that I haven't done before. I'm going to do this. Are you ready? That's it. That's it. We're not using Claude Code anymore. I think my animation messed up. That's okay. We'll figure it out later. We will figure it out later. Hi, Lego. My animation effect is messed up, and you see blocky squares now. But actually, I kind of like it. It's minimal. Congrats on having 170 plus. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to be using NEXA. And I'm going to use NEXA for everything, including keywords. Like later, when people join the chat and if we play keywords, I'm going to use it on NEXA. Now, I'm using the older version of NEXA, which is still a little buggy. And I hope that REZA ends up in the chat and then I show him. I have 2 suggestions and 1 bug. I can't believe I forgot to write it down. I think you resolved that bug. Hi, Avocado. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Guys, thank you so much for like coming in immediately. I think it really helps with you know, getting it recommended. So actually thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Can you buy it for me? Maybe. Maybe one day. If I get rich, I'll buy everything for everyone. Oh yeah, the bug. That's right, the CLI. I think he fixed it. CLI. Not CLI, TUI. Terminal user interface. Terminal user interface. Guys, I also found a bug that, you know when people say, is this a bug or a feature? Now I know why people say that, because I found a bug, which is so nice. It worked so perfectly. I don't know if I can recreate it because it's a bug, but I can explain it for you. So by default, there's transparent, like if you set it on transparent, okay? And sometimes what ends up happening is it looks like this. You can just see through the page. This is like a local host. This is URL, and this is the browser from inside NEXA, right? Now, when you go on XML sitemap, so basically when you go to websites that don't have a full UI, it's like see-through. And so it's happened on Wikipedia, it happened on one other website, and it happens sometimes. And then what ends up happening is you can have your chat, and your chat is see-through, and then you can have the actual website, and the website is see-through except for that one object. And so you can basically chat on top of whatever it is that you're building, which is kind of nice. Like you can have split screen if you have monitors, multiple monitors. You know, it's not a game changer, but it's just nice. It's cool, and I like it. Sure, I can hold you against you if you become multimillionaire. Go for it. Yo, let's make a product together. I sent you, by the way, that thing, the bug debugger thing. That could be very useful for FixMap. For anyone who doesn't know what FixMap is, Lego's building a tool like a debugger. Basically, finds the bugs in your code, and he's in the community, which you can join the community if you want, and I'll share whatever it is that you're working on. I'll give my opinion, although I will say I'm still learning as well. Everyone's still learning. Also, can you try aux alpha? That's what I want to do. As soon as REZA comes on, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. He showed me how on his stream how to do it, and I want to use it through the TUI, but that's buggy. By the way, I don't think you were here for this. You can talk to this chimp, who's my moderator. So this is the Discord. I'm gonna pin it. Anyone who wants to join. And then yeah, that's this chimp. some people are probably gonna join and then think that it's a real person, not a bot, and he's passive aggressive. He's a passive, that's his persona. He's a passive aggressive bot. So maybe I shouldn't pin his comment. I'll just pin directly from Discord. Invite the server. Copy. And set the Discord up over here. Welcome, welcome. Anyone who's new to the chat. In message, there we go. Star fix map means nothing to my circuits. Care to try that again in actual words? That's a bot. I feel like I have to let everyone know. This chimp is a bot. I need to fix this. I need to make this chimp happy. I thought it would be cute. You can just make robots. This is the era of just making a robot. And I thought it would be cute to make this chimp passive aggressive. And then now that I think about it, anyone joining the chat was gonna see this and think, what is this toxic community? Guys, anyone who's joining the chat, I'm gonna have to say this the whole time and repeat myself. This chimp is a robot, is a passive aggressive robot, which you can just kind of mess with, play around, see. What did he say? What did this chimp say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thrilling. My circuits are forever changed. Oh my god. This is a problem. Alright, well, let me show you what I'm working on. So, I have here, this is my idea. This is not the final product, not even close to it. This is closer to what I'm actually working on. This is Rocket Chimp, okay? And this chimp basically is going to be augmented reality style on my desk, right here. And he's going to be interactive. He's going to do things. He's going to walk around. Some of the things that he can already do, he can walk. It's not the best, I know. But I want to explain to you why it's okay and why it doesn't have to be the best. And I'm going to explain how I set it up, because consistency really matters. And what I mean by consistency, character consistency. So how do you generate something and make sure that the sprite sheets that, because these are images, are actually the same, they're consistent. And then it's also not resource intensive. So, you know, there's a lot of illusions going on here, because this isn't actually 3D. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. And why it isn't actually 3D. Okay? Salam. Hi, Jay. I'm going to eat food, so you know what. Afia, take your time, bro. Yeah, so okay, here's what I have planned, and here's the problems that I expect to run into, apart from all the problems that I'm going to run into with the NEXA, but let's have him on idle so he's not distracting. So this isn't 3D, like I said, it's 2.5D canvas, and my goal here, actually, don't clap. I'm just doing very well. My goal here, yes, we'll create something together, is I want to have it be a 2D sprite sheet that gets rendered with no background, and then the sprite sheet gets played in AR, and then depth gets simulated by making it bigger and smaller and moving it around. And so basically, if Rocket Chimp were to, for example, go from here on the table and walk to over here, you can see my hand gets smaller when it gets further away, and obviously much bigger when it gets a lot closer. And that math is really easy for large language models. It's a lot easier than Blender, where you have to do so much geometry specifically to get everything right. And then on top of that, after you get everything right, it's going to be very resource intensive, meaning it'll just take up your RAM. You know, it'll take up really your RAM, CPU also, GPU, graphics, load bearing. Yeah, load bearing, exactly. Oh, never mind. I thought you meant, I thought that was Legos, this chip. Load bearing the same as resource intensive? But long story short, if I use Blender, two things happen. One, it looks absolutely horrible because it's just difficult for AI to set up Blender or to do the geometry because there's just a lot of math. Look at this. This just looks funny. It's not good. But this is Blender. Like you can download a headless version of Blender and you can make, I think using an MCP, you can make Fable and or whatever AI you want, really actually play with it and do whatever you want it to do. And this is its best attempt at setting that up with Blender. Versus if I just use GPT or really any image generation model and feed it enough footage, you could say, it can generate all these different assets by, and this is kind of a problem, I don't have it here, let me see if I can do that. Open the throwaway script that has the chimp in all the different, my bad, poses. It's a URL. Open it in NEXA browser. I'll show you. Basically, it generated a bunch of different poses, 2D images, and then we use those 2D images as a reference to generate all the other 2D images that come together to make a sprite sheet. Crowd Ox Alpha. All right, we'll do. I want to wait for NEXA because when I tried it with the CLI, it didn't work for NEXA. I want to wait for REZA because when I tried it, it didn't work, but he got it to work on his stream. So I'm going to ask him how I can do it here. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's a bug that's resolved. Maybe there's another way to do it. And so I think he'll join. I mean, he's been joining daily. Now I can tell you how I counted 3 circuits not vibed. You want to tell me how like to do NEXA, you mean, or to do Aux Alpha? Let me show this, and then we'll might as well try anyway, even without him. So this is what I'm talking about. This here is essentially just a bunch of 2D images with the chimp in the same poses, and there was some manual work on my part where I chose the images that simply just did not work. Things like the hand would be different. Little differences I'm okay with. Like you can see the eyes here is different than here. That's fine because at the end of the day, like we're gonna have the faceplate changed based on whatever is going on. So here it's like happy closed eyes. Here it's just open eyes. Here there's depth in the eyes, right? So that's not something I care about. But the geometry of the body, like the shape, that must be seen in a bunch of different poses so that the image generator can really pick up on how it looks. It'll isolate like this is the hand, and this is what the hand looks like when it's up, when they're cross-armed, right? Arms crossed. Walks like this is what it looks like when it's walk. And so when you have all these images, the model knows what to do. Now there's one image that just kind of really upset me, but I was like, whatever, it's fine. And I just wanted to move on. This one, like here, the hand you can see is a lot longer, and that's a problem. That's kind of a problem. But I left it. I was like, let's just move on. Whatever. Let's just try it out. It was proof of concept. At the end of the day, I don't even know if this whole thing is gonna work when I actually do apply it. Yo, what's up? We'll be lurking today. Thank you. Thank you. Mimi? BP. Thank you. No worries. You do your thing, you lurk. I'll just talk about things. So yeah. Wait, hold on. What did you say? I also need to have the chat over here so the VOD doesn't look like I'm talking to myself like a crazy person. If you're watching the VOD and I'm just talking to myself like a crazy person, don't worry. In the future, we'll have that. Installing OpenCode CLI on terminal, make a new project CD, it and type OpenCode. Then in model picker, choose aux alpha. It's 100% free and better than Fable, no limits. I did do that. But I want to do it on NEXA. Like today, I really want it to be about NEXA, and that's kind of like also to support REZA. And so I want to. I know I'm making it a little more challenging on myself, but like this is how you solve problems. Is like you go straight to them, and you just stick onto them. And so when REZA sees me running into all these problems, he's gonna feel bad in a good way. He's gonna feel like, oh, like this is my program. I spent 200 days on it. It's doing these bugs, it's gonna push him, and then he's gonna fix it. I'm a paid customer now. I'm invested. 49 bucks in. So that's my goal. That's why I want to use it. Also, I customized it. I can't wait for him to see like what I want to do with it. Uh, there's a bug on the chimp. A bug on the which chimp? This chimp or these chimps here? Nine. I just realized Avocado asked this chimp in the chat. 9.9 is bigger, obviously. Oh wait, no, you asked what is 9.11 versus 9.99, which is bigger? 9.9 is bigger, obviously. I'm a bot, not a calculator with commitment issues. Avocado's like good. Good, he did a good job. He answered it. It has no tail. That's a good point. That's a good point. It does not have a tail, but I don't want it to have a tail. The only reason I don't want it to have a tail is because it's just more variables, like down the line. So it is weird, but that's fine. It's like a human chimp, I guess. There used to be a really long time ago, because I did this rocket chimp. You have to understand, is over a year old. Not all the other chimps. There's a bunch of chimps. Just rocket chimp, over a year old, and I tried to do a comic book with the chimps, basically a rocket chimp doing things. It was for trading. It was a completely different thing. And then we had the same issues when we were trying to make, because we were doing it with AI, and I was working with Carlos Rodriguez. His name is. He's on my team. He did a really good job, but the fingers would always change. Sometimes it'd be like full hand. Sometimes it'd be like 3 fingers instead of 4, and then the thumb. And it was just such a problem. Another thing is the tail. Getting the tail right all the time was just very problematic. And so this time I went in with kind of that experience, knowing, let me just simplify this as much as possible. Let me get rid of as many variables as possible while maintaining the overall just kind of image. And then I landed on this. I'm just choosing the easiest way to make it look 3D, which is why I'm doing the 2.5D canvas thing as well, which I'll get into a little bit more, especially when it comes to lighting. Because I think this will be a problem, but we'll see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, but for all your OG viewers, get rich. I'm still joking, don't worry. All right. So here's what I meant by the shading thing, because this is the last thing really that I wanted to mention from now. It's kind of like an archiving thing for me. What's this? Oh, I didn't even know about this. I legit did not know about this, because when I prompted, I told it to do this for all the chimps, but I didn't, because I was working really fast, so I didn't click around on these buttons. I just clicked on this chimp, and it turns out the same applied to this chimp. So this one, I didn't do any manual intervention. Like, I didn't come in and say change this, change that. But you can see what I mean by the sorts of things that I had to do to fix Rocket Chimp. Like, sometimes the hands have no like palms with the color, like you can see here, and sometimes they do. Here, like, you can see the hands exist. Sometimes the stomach doesn't have that, like, I guess stomach plate you can call it, and sometimes it does. So those are the sorts of things that you need to actually adjust, because this is like a template. This is the source of truth. Like, you can tell it use this as the source of truth, and so this isn't fixed. Click vidchimp. Let's see what vidchimp. Jabbar says click vidchimp. Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna go on like this, and let's actually do a quick check. The chimp is ordering you around. Yeah. So again, I don't care about the face too much. What I care about is like the hands and the feet. Like here, there's no foot plate, you can call it, and the hands, the palms, whatever it is. The ears, somewhat problematic. Like here, there's depth in the ears. You can see it. Like this is a full-blown Lego, like tiles, kind of like Lego, right? And then this one doesn't look like that. Doesn't have those things in the ears. Can we play it? I don't know. Can we? Oh wait, no, we can't. We can't, because it's a separate. So this is separate. This entire like URL was just a throwaway script, meaning give me all the reference images, which we then used to create the video, which is another separate thing. And so this is all like template, and I only told it to do it all for Rocket Chimp, which is the orange one. I like it too. Also make it orange. This is the Rocket Chimp, is the orange one. Or it looks like my logo way too much. There's gonna be all the colors. This is Stream Chimp, which reminds me, I can't believe I forgot. I'm supposed to open up Stream Chimp. Doc Stream Chimp. There we go. All right, now I have Stream Chimp, and I'm gonna test the mark. So just to let you know, just keep you guys involved. This button here is supposed to make it so that I mark the videos whenever I have something that I want to be clipped, because pretty soon we're gonna have a bunch of clips coming out, video clips, at which point maybe we'll get more watch hours and then become monetized. So I'm gonna click on this mark right now for HEMA just as a test, and it should go on the vid chimp. Ironically, we're talking about like all these different chimps. It should go onto the vid chimp software. Well, I can't. Oh, I found a bug. That's what I'm talking about. The problems that I'll run into. It doesn't let me click plus and open this. I'm gonna write this down for REZA. When can we get chimp pet? I don't know, but it's happening. Definitely happening. I'm gonna write this little bug thing down, and then I'm just gonna go and explain the vid chimp thing over here by just going to vid dot dev and sign in with Google, with the Googs. Sign in. I'll show you VidChimp basically. It's gonna ask me for it's asking me for a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna need to use my own browser because Google's authentication doesn't trust all this. Yeah, I'll show you just a sec. Browser plus bug. What can you do? Hold on, guys. Show you the VidChimp. Oh wait, I have it open here. Yeah, so this is VidChimp. What I want to do is, I already have VidChimp set up. He's nice. He's a full operator. He can fully operate this software, and Hema can just kind of use him however he wants, really. The transcripts section here, like this is yesterday's video, bunch of transcript stuff going on, where all of the chapters, like this is everything we talked about yesterday. Talked about guardrails, AR Chimp Dream. I was talking about this all yesterday. He can go to whatever one, but what I want to do is I want to click the button during the stream live when I do say something that I think should be clipped, or when we do have a moment like in the chat that I think should be clipped. And then I just click this button here, the mark button. I'm gonna try it for the first time. All right, it says marked. And then what ends up happening is tomorrow's transcript, because it automatically gets transcribed, it automatically gets summarized and turned into like these chapters. And then Hema, the video editor, can automatically go and clip like only this section. Or, you know, he has control. He can clip like the beginning and end of a story, whatever he wants. But I wanted to like have a shiny highlight area of just like, this is what Yusuf marked. So that later on, he can just go and say, all right, okay, this is what Yusuf's talking about when I tell him clip this video or clip this section in this 3-hour long stream. Guys, we've been streaming for a lot, like recently. Like I thought when I started it would be I'd stream for almost 2 hours, almost. Which I did here, you know. But here's like 3.5. This is almost 4. I didn't even realize it. This one, the stream got cut off. Like, you guys are so much fun. It's actually chill. What have you guys been saying? What have you guys been saying? See why it looks like you got the new NEXA. I didn't. That's the same one, but I customized it a lot. Prove yourself. Come back when you can play chess. You're talking to this chimp. Chess requires ambition. I have glasses and a grudge. Yes, he does. He has glass. He has glasses and a grudge. Where's his glasses and his grudge? This is this chimp. Look at him. He's so upset. It's adorable. I'm realizing something. When it creates these pose sheets in a way where it just does a bunch in the same image, it rarely makes mistakes. Like all of this is one image, and all of it is very consistent. So like when you generate just one image and it's the same image, the LLM, not LLM, it's not a large language model, the image model actually does a good job. But then when it goes to the next image is when things start to change. So I'm starting to think that a really, really simple, easy solution is just generate like 6 images in one like image, you know what, I don't know what it's called, like a, like put all the images there, and then you just get a bunch of consistency. That one time you get it right and you have all the poses like a sprite sheet, you just have a bunch of data, you know what I mean? I get it in all the different poses. Oh, Jay is back. Print hello world. That's it. One, wait, this chimp, write me short. Hello world code in Python. Alright, you guys are messing with this chimp. What is this? One line. Now go learn the next one. You're welcome. Oh, wow, wow, that's weird. This chimp, give me a 1001 line of a poem right now. 1001 line short right after I finish my nap in 2087. Guys, this chimp cannot be trolled. This chimp is built for this. This chimp now write me code for a good landing page for any brand in HTML to learn code. Can be multiple messages. Drama. We've begun the drama. Running on electricity and mild resentment. Oof. Model names classified. Something mysterious. Block yourself. Block myself. That's a captain's job. I just tattle. Sit tight. Yusuf, I want to know. Wait, what do you want to know? Oh, wait. What are you running on? Don't say vibes. Tell me a model name. Ah, I'm just using Fable and yesterday a little bit of GPT. Yeah, just Fable. But through NEXA, you know? Alright, you guys play around with this chimp. And might as well show you what I want to do with aux and what the problem I'm running into is. So here, I have open code. And I'm typing, like, this is what I'm typing. You type open code, it gives you like this continue thing. And then when I type stuff, it doesn't type things here. Like here I type, and then nothing happens. And then I can go here in the prompt section, which is, this is supposed to be a shell, I think, or a CLI. And then I can type hi, and then I send it. And again, nothing happens. It just doesn't go anywhere. Now I saw REZA do this. Now what you could do is go here, click plus, and go to the terminal or the CLI, and these ones don't work. I think if I do chat and then I switch it, it will work. So let's try. But here's the thing. Here it doesn't have it yet. That's in the new update. It doesn't have open code. I do have open code because when I go on the command and I type open code, it opens up open code, right? So I definitely have it. And then over here, I can go, I think it's like this model. Wait, aux alpha. Okay, so now I'm on aux alpha. Hi, are you aux alpha? All right, let's see if it actually works. Okay, yes, I'm aux alpha. It worked. Okay. Now what I want to do, this is my end goal. This is my end goal. Rez isn't here, so maybe I can tell him to watch this section. BridgeMind style. Okay. I want BridgeMind style, many terminals, but also Yusuf style, both style, which is the nice, like, translucent pink, as you can see here. Yes, I care about colors. Okay, for me, it matters. As you can see here, like, this is deliberately set up to be a pink, a translucent pink. You can just go in the appearance in the top left over here and choose the accent color. So if I go here, for example, and I choose this yellow, it changes to yellow, right? The accents change. I can go orange, which, you know, orange kind of looks cool, but it's a little plain. White was the default. It was like this. But the pink with the background, that's perfect, right? It's just like it's like seamless. It's like it's meant to be. It's like futuristic, but not really. Actually, no, it is like futuristic. And now what I want to do is I want to have the CLIs, like the shells, basically. Hold on, I'm gonna close this and show you what I mean. Close chat. Plus, I think I have to open the terminal immediately. I have to type. Is this the correct command, like Claude? Or is there more that I have to type? What about OpenAI? Like OpenAI? No. Claude. Okay, Claude happened. This is what I want to do. Like I said, BridgeMind style. I care only about how everything looks. It's okay. Just I'm a vibe coder. Let me vibe, please. I care about how it looks. Okay. This here, I want a bunch of transparent versions of the shell with all of them running separately. I know most people are going to want to use the multi feature and then have Claude orchestrate Fable with Aux Alpha and then have OpenAI's GPT Soul corroborate everything and do full orchestration of because you're an orchestrator and whatever. By the way, I took Ray Dalio's personality test. He has a test for personality. Okay, and I number 1 orchestrator, number 2 commander. Apparently I'm aggressive like that. And number 3 coach, which is actually surprising because I literally was a skateboarding coach. So it's like maybe I am an orchestrator. But in this particular case, I don't want to orchestrate automatically with the multi thing. I just want to have every chat individual, separate, so I can work on many things at the same time and have them not interfere with each other. And have them all transparent and futuristic like this, where you can see through the words and see through things and stuff. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. I just wanted all this present for NEXA to watch the video because he will make the changes. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me actually read. I'm gonna put this here so that anyone new joining the chat sees this and is like, "What is that?" Maybe I should stay. That's the end goal here. Oh, Zulun, welcome to the chat. Welcome. Try to run in CLI, it works there. Okay, I'll try it next. No te estoy contando ninguna lista, no soy who's Latin here in this chat? What's yo soy, yo, I forgot the words. Manzanas, you know, Duolingo. Yusuf, I got a class. I'm coming back in 90 minutes. Wait for me. Yeah, I'll try. Aux Alpha, how do we get it in the open code? You download first you download it, like you should go on talk on whatever AI, say install this thing, and then go to your like shell. So just go to CMD, for example. Like here, CMD, okay, and then type open code. Like you just go and you just type open code. All right. I just typed open code. That's all I typed. And then it opens this. And now in here in the chat, you just type /model. Okay. And if you have the most up-to-date version, then all you need to do in the search model is type aux. And then you'll see. So whenever they release anything in open code, all of them are here, you know? So you can try whatever you want to try, really. And that's the extent of like what is this? What I know. Mythomax 13B. I don't know, man. It sounds cool. Sounds cool. Oh, wait, this is Open Router. This is Open Router. This might be, I might be using Open Router, so it might not be free. These are the free ones. I have Open Router as well, so honestly, I'm not entirely sure if you can get it, although everyone's been saying you can. What if I'm choosing the wrong one? Like, what if there's another Aux Alpha that's free? Yeah, never mind. Anyway, that's what I know. That's as much as I can help. I try. Alright, old messages. Sorry, I have to like check to see what's recent. What does Bridge Mindstar do? It just makes you feel cool. No, actually, I think he's just orchestrating with a lot, right? Like, it's nice to have everything and see everything, and then have this work while you initiate another project, and have done this work while you initiate a new project. And you just take full advantage of the fact that you have a bunch of workers working. I just don't want to have them all working together and checking with each other. I want them to be separate, you know? You just read my message fast. I read it. Oh, that was from before. My bad. Discord, no fishing. Oh, Reza, you're here. Good day, bro. Just joined. Welcome. Reza, I think I found the bug that you may have already fixed, but I also have some other suggestions that I think can really help. Are you familiar with ShadCN? Yes, very. And as a matter of fact, when they trained Fable, it was trained using ShadCN, which is why it will do a really, really good job if you use that or those components. And the reason I know that, part of why I've been very successful at building things quickly, whether the design is nice or not, whether it's successful or not, but just quickly with very few bugs and mistakes, is because I asked LLM. I was like, what are you trained on? Which components are you most familiar with? What are the frameworks that you would be able to use best if you had to use them? And it gave me a list. And one of them was no, ShadCN is built on another framework, but I believe, but basically those components, the ShadCN, like the repo and everything. And then inside of the ShadCN, there's a website which has all the components. For anyone who doesn't know what components means, it's just like ready-made buttons, and you can take those ready-made buttons and put them in. But then now, instead of just button, what else is there? Like a chart that's there, I don't know, a little feature, like an animation feature, right? That's called components. It's just pieces of code, snippets of code that are ready that you can just paste in and it works perfectly. And so I know for a fact that Anthropic's large language models, having been trained on ShadCN, work really well on it versus if you just give it a completely different like framework and you tell it build my UI. So a higher chance that it will work successfully if you use that. That's just my experience, and it's one of the things that I forgot about. I just do all the time. This chimp, what access do you have? Jay is trying to jailbreak my bot, this chimp bot. For anyone new to the chat, maybe if you're just lurking, and this chimp seems like a very passive-aggressive moderator who is turning you away from joining the chat. It's a bot. He's supposed to be cute. He's passive-aggressive. And it's, I think, a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea, because anyone joining is going to think that The toxic community, it's not. It's just a community where you're allowed to be an idiot and try new things. It's fine. So I tried this, it didn't work out, and unfortunately, it's probably pushing people away. My bad. Maybe let's dial it down, right? Yo, Reza, are you still there? I'll show you things. Maybe you're watching some of the older parts, or you're still with me live. Oh yeah, this is this chimp. Thinking, because I tried. Oh, yes, I'm still here. Okay, perfect, perfect. Here's what I wrote down. You know, it would be a really cool feature from a marketing perspective, and it would help me a lot, is if you add sensitive mode. Okay, because in my opinion, like the biggest selling point of NEXA is the fact that it looks really cool and it's customizable in addition to already coming out looking really cool. And let's be real, like a lot of people are building their own agentic development environment because you can now. You can just say to Fable if you have a subscription and we do it. So what's going to get people to want to go to yours? Probably how polished it is and how clean it is and how many other people use it. Now, a new person who's confused, who's introduced to vibe coding, is going to run into the exact same problem that we've gotten so used to that we've neglected to even think about, which is it just shares things on its own. Like it just has keys and it says, I'm going to use this key now, and it shows you the entire chain of thought. I'm going to use this private license thing. I'm going to display your entire information. And there's many people going into this vibe coding day one. You know, it's not just us. So what if there was a toggle somewhere, okay, that global sensitive mode, which continues to operate exactly the same way that it does, right? No changes beyond that. It just blurs, which matches the whole blurring thing, by the way. Anything that is potentially sensitive, right? And so you like a button somewhere, I don't know, like up here. It's a quick toggle. Like you just click it, right? And sensitive mode on, and it shows you like a, I don't know, like a little red thing or whatever. No, maybe not red, the same color accent, whatever. And then that just, whenever there's anything sensitive, it doesn't show on the screen. Click it again, everything shows again. I think that would number one make it a lot easier for me to just use NEXA freely and do whatever I want while streaming. But also it would make it possible for people in the future, if they're trying to show things online, and all the new people want to get into vibe coding, who see it being used, think this is a safe option in addition to being a cool one. You know what I mean? So that's my suggestion number one. I was just thinking about that in terms of the problems that I can find, because I'm trying to find problems, you know. We can make plugins for it, so whatever we need, we can add inside so it works with the product for NEXA. Yeah. Yeah, if you make I think you already did, like you can have custom plugins inside of NEXA, right? You can definitely have plugins. That's a great idea. Let me see how we can add without breaking the workflow. If you can add plugins and allow people to use their own plugins, and then it changes some of NEXA somehow, then all of a sudden it can be a community, like you can build an ecosystem. That makes sense, because then developers can develop on top of NEXA, and then more people will want to buy it because one plugin, for example, went really viral and it's really useful and it's available in NEXA. And I promise you, I'll make a bunch of these plugins that are really useful if, like, if I can. But yeah, that's my suggestion number one. The suggestion number two, I actually kind of lied. That was suggestion number two. Now I'm gonna go to suggestion number one. Bippy, how are you? This is also a thing that need to be done properly, not rush on these steps. Yes, take your time, take your time. Of course. For anyone who doesn't know, Bippy was Mim Gyan before. He changed his name. He was Mimi. All right. The other thing, and this is one of those things that's it's like a really small addition, but it can make a really big difference. Hotkeys. Now, what is one of the things that's very draining in terms of like, just it takes a lot of time and energy, and kind of breaks you breaks everyone. This isn't just me, I know. Outside of your flow, is trying to move things around, right? And now you've already approached this problem and solved it, but if you have hotkeys, it's just 10 times better. Because so for example, I want to move this browser. I can't click on any of these tabs. I have to go to here, and then I can move it, right? And now I moved one of them at a time. I want to move this one as well. I want to move it from the same area because I just want to have same space. What doesn't work, I go to the middle. Fine, whatever. Now that's normal. That's okay. But what would be really cool is to use this, right? Because this automatically will go for whatever you want. So, and another really interesting feature about it is it shows live. Like I have 3 windows. I really like this touch. I didn't notice this until yesterday. And then when I saw it, I was like, no way. Like it's adaptive. Like you see how there's one here, and then down here. It's these little details, I'm telling you. Like if I move this down, and then I move, oh my bad, I forgot to toggle the, and then I move this to the left over here, and now we go back. Ah, wait, doesn't the adaptive one disappeared? But that's too bad. I wanted to show you, like it does actually change. Okay, now I did this. I did this. Let's see if it comes back. Ah, it came back. Okay. See, like I just made that this way, right? Okay, what if there were hotkeys? Like if I could do this, if I can go on my computer and I check to see if this is missing or not, or if it's being used. Control 8. You know, for me, it's like 8 is the one that I like to click. It's the lucky number in China, you know, and then it's the one that I have on my keyboard extruding out. Like I made it a big button, right? It doesn't have to be 8, but if you can customize your own hotkeys and switch between those organization modes, and then have just like one of the windows as the focus mode, what it would open the doors for is switching from your old unorganized, just like you click around if you're taking your time moving things around, which is this one, right? Versus if you just want everything laid out in squares. Like if you've watched BridgeMind do his thing, it can be laid out in squares, right? So I can click, for example, Control 8, and then everything just goes into one of those layouts. You already have, by the way, all the difficult part done. That's the thing. That's why like I'm giving you this as a suggestion. I really hope you do it, because you built. Jacob, hi, it's going good. Welcome. Reza, you built all the infrastructure, the foundation. You did all the hard part, right? Now it's just that little thing. Like just make it a click instead of clicking around, and give the option for customization hotkeys. And in this environment, in this era of vibe coding, like people really want customizability, and so you give the feeling of customization more when you have control over what the hotkey is. Because we're in a time now, as vibe coders, you could say, where everyone's just able to build their own ADE. So the people who want that freedom, right, the customization, Like you give them a bit of that feeling, it's a good thing. Go to settings and shortcut section. There are a lot of shortcuts that you can custom for it, and if organize is missing from shortcut, I will add. No way, it's already there. Great minds think alike. Let me see. Shortcuts. I didn't even know about this. I didn't know it existed. But hey, doesn't it look so cool with my background? It's this one, right? The workspace, not organization, because workspace and organization are kind of the same. Focus chat. Open editor, preview browser, shell. No, I think it's not there. Is it there? Am I just not seeing it? For anyone new to the chat, this ADE, this Agentic Development Environment, it's $49, and the person who built it is in the chat, and we can just kind of like ask him things about it. We can learn about it. And I'm trying to see if I can do a shortcut to switch between modes. So if you watch Bridge Mind with like having a bunch of like different tabs, I want to be able to just click a button, have all the tabs open, and that's where I'm at right now. REZA made NEXA the IDE, Yusuf, and I use yes. What is REZA building? Do you mind giving a quick summary of it to catch me up? Sure. I gave a quick little summary already, but I'll talk a bit more about it, actually, Jacob. ADE. So ADE means Agentic Development Environment. And it's just the place where you can access all of your coding things, like everything, ideally everything. Like you can just do all your work here, okay? And how it works is you just go over like to this area here. You open up, you click plus, and then you can choose what you want to open. A chat, just a regular chat, and you can tell it to do whatever it wants. Yeah, BridgeMind has an AD. BridgeMind is an agentic development environment. So it's basically that, but it looks like this with the colors and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, I think you fixed this bug already, Reza. But yeah, for example, you can go over, open the CLI, if you download one. You download the CLI, is that how that works? Or do you connect to it from the shell? No, you definitely install it, yeah. Or you can just open up the shell yourself, right? I want to be able to go open the shell, like here, terminal, full-blown TUI. And then in the TUI, open code. So yeah, sometimes like I'll drag it and then it would just switch things around. Yeah, see, I dragged it there, and then it went back. I'm not sure. I think it's probably one of the clicks. Or no, wait, I have to click on here and then click on none of them. Ah. Hey, can can you add a layout mode which is no layout? Because that would be really nice. Because then the no layout mode, especially with the shortcuts, you can just have everything messy and then it gets organized and then messy again. For me, that would also be nice. I'm sorry, I'm asking too much of you. You already said noted. I got a bit distracted, Jacob, but so far it doesn't make sense. Like you even have a browser option. Like it'll open up browsers. You like, look, I can go here, and it opens up like a new tab, kind of like Chrome. Technically, this is built with Chromium. Chromium is like Chrome for developers, and so you're kind of using Google Chrome here, and you can go places. Like I'm pretty sure I can go to YouTube, and you can basically use this really as a browser. It won't sign in because it's like it doesn't. It's Chromium, right? So this is an environment for developing. Even though I'm on YouTube right now. And you don't want your environment for developing to be signed into all of your personal everything. Like you want a little bit of sandboxing. And so it doesn't sign into everything. It's safer than if you just run it on your own regular Chrome everything. Chrome with everything. My bad. Trollolol. What does Trollolol show me? That's what Trollolol shows me. Yeah, so you get the point there. Let me see what Reza actually said. This is this chimp. If it's missing, I'll add it, but you can set for everything custom shortcut. Click on it easy to customize it the way or which button you want. We can add more shortcuts for control customize. That's the best thing you're buying for $49. The fact that the developer is here and you're just gonna develop what you want him to develop. It's $49 for like a lifetime license too, which means that even though like there's still bugs that need to be patched, you get in early because it's gonna be cheaper now than it'll be later, and you just have it forever. Every time he builds more to it, you've been given the lifetime license. Well, I guess you bought it, right? Bro, didn't check how to use it before requesting. I paid. I'm 49. I have more bugs. I have more issues, rather. I may not have checked. It's true. It's okay. It's okay. We're building this together. It's a community. Reza is just trying his best. Solo developer. Is it like Cursor but with more features? Yeah, it's starting to make sense. I think it's a bit more than Cursor, because you can open, for example, no, Cursor is an IDE, right? Not an ADE. Am I correct? You guys let me know because I don't use Cursor. Is Cursor like Visual Studios? I'm a beginner and I don't know. Oh, bad science facts. Welcome, by the way. I'm a beginner and I don't know what you are talking about. So how can I start the thing? And can I with beginner knowledge? Of course you can. I'll give you like a quick little rundown in a bit. Let me just read these chats and then I'll show you the rundown again. And how you can start. I'll give you some of the basics that I think would really help you just to mindset wise know how things work. We all are beginners. Don't worry, ask whatever you want. Bad science fact. Yeah. We're all learning constantly. We just managed to build a lot of things while learning. For organize, I'll make it when you turn off the auto fit, then it should not replace any panel when it's on that, then it behaves same way. Yeah. That's remember yesterday I said I found a bug, which is a feature, which is the transparency thing. Please don't fix that because that's like you accidentally created a really nice feature. I was just typing things, and then I told it author and author on a bev, It did the bevs, basically it's working on its own. And then it happened behind the window. Now keep in mind, I have full transparency. So behind the window, it was building whatever it was building, while the front window, I was able to read what's going on. Now I always have this problem, this genuine problem, where I run a bev and it opens up a like a window, and then I have like two windows now, and I just want to see both. I don't want to see both in a lot of detail. I just want to see if it's still going, and at the same time, I just want to see what's actually happening. Is there movement dynamic, or did the LLM stop? And I want to see it from far away because I sit far away. I'm gaming, like over there, just gaming. I'm like whatever, and I look up, and it's far away. My whole setup is far away from me. And so then I can't see it, it's too small. So now I can have them both really big because it's transparent, and it's not just about looking cool anymore. It's a legit, useful, practical feature. Not a bug. The transparency. So that's basically why I realize now what that saying is. I don't know if you've heard it before. It's like, is this a bug or a feature? That makes sense. Like, I've been a programmer for 8 years, but man, it's crazy how fast everything is changing now. We are truly in the next revolution. Yes, we truly are. I went on a whole rant yesterday about how I think like everyone's going to use Linux. But now Linux is something that you can just prompt into existence as opposed to learning all the commands and doing things headless, which is intimidating and scary, which is the only reason people don't do it, and they don't go through the time. We're just conditioned. We're visual. Our eyes is the biggest thing to see things, and when you can't see it, it's scary. It's scary enough to say it's fine, Microsoft, take all my data. It's fine. What if all of a sudden you can just use the communicate in English with the shell, which is a prerequisite if you're going to use Linux? Why not use Linux? The average person, you know what I mean? Anyway, this is like I think this is going to happen like in the next decade. The amount of people using Linux is going to skyrocket, and who knows, new distros, custom made distros, one of them comes along and becomes the new standard, you know, and then it starts a whole new revolution again, like how Bitcoin was one of the firsts to go really popular. There's going to be a new distro, I'm telling you, which is going to be the Bitcoin of Linux. That's going to be crazy. Oh yeah, I was going to go over the rundown. Bad science facts. Are you still there? I'll go full little rundown. Try to make it as condensed as possible so that it's easy. Rosa, you said that yesterday, and I haven't. Transparency is more nicer than you have more controllable. New update will be out today and tonight's stream. You have been saying that they like it'll be out. So you can't rush it. At the same time, you can't wait. All right, bad science guys. Bad science facts is here, and he's kind of new. Let's give him like a full explanation of what you need to know just to start. Just to start, okay? So if you go over here, all right, and you go to the CMD, the command prompt, what you have is control over like all of your computer, okay? And a good way to visualize this is like if I go to the task manager and I look here, there's a bunch of tasks, like there's a bunch of things that I don't really think about that's just happening in my computer to keep my everything alive. Look at this open RGB, for example, because I have colors on my computer, like lights. Node.js, like when you build an app, whatever happens, you know, you have a bunch of things. All right, and there's a lot of things going on inside your computer that you don't really think about. That's not on the monitor being displayed to you. If you go on the command prompt, you can talk to your entire computer. You can talk to the whole computer. Now, when you download something called the CLI, what does CLI stand for, guys? It's like an interface. There's TUI. This is a TUI. Okay, this is a terminal interface because this is called the terminal. All right, I zoomed in a bit too much. This black area is called the terminal, and you even have options with terminals. And don't worry, like this is not gonna be intimidating. Trust me on this. There's like another one called PowerShell. I don't even know why there's multiple. This here is another terminal. I don't know what the point of having multiple terminals even is. That's the level that I'm on. Maybe there's a programmer out there who is seeing this and thinking, huh, why doesn't this guy know these things? And maybe there's another programmer out there thinking, I know, and I can help you, and I can give you a tip and tell you what the difference is. And then they leave a comment in the chat, and then they kind of solve a problem for me. Either way, if I type open code over here, open code. So I just typed open code because I already downloaded the CLI. In other words, I downloaded the program. I just went on Google, like download the CLI. I find it. Actually, I went on Fable. I was like install the CLI for this Cloud Code, like the regular chat desktop, and then it did. Now when I click enter, it should work. I hope it works because if it doesn't work, it's a little embarrassing. It worked, okay? It switched to open code, and now I have a terminal, a user interface. Basically, or now I have the CLI. Basically, I connected to the CLI, and now I can talk to whichever model it is, and I can ask, what does CLI stand for? Which is a very important question, especially for somebody who's explaining what a CLI is. Just a sec. Is it done? I think it broke. Yeah, you can do the same thing on the other one. You can type open code. Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, so all this difficulty that you just saw me experience can be solved with an Agentic Development Environment, which is basically this, like NEXA, which gives you the options. You can choose between like a chat. So same thing, you're connecting to the large language model and you're giving it control where it can go to these processes like in the background that I showed you earlier. And then you can choose how to connect to it, whether it's just via the chat or you open up a shell and do things. You can open up files, you can open up the browser, you can connect directly to the CLI, and then it's possible because now it becomes an agent instead of just a large language model that's a chatbot that doesn't have control. It's possible to tell it to build things for you. Go here in this file, build this thing, and then it goes and it builds it. And that's basically everything we're doing as vibe coders. Very surface level understanding of what's going on behind the scenes, but it's enough. It's enough that you can get away with building whatever you want. And if you do that, my suggestion, like just my advice, is dig deep. Like actually learn a little bit about how different programming languages work. Wrong button. How different programming languages work, the differences, and then system architecture, those sorts of things, because it helps you when you're prompting. So might as well learn. And that's my whole summary. Has anyone built a true agentic distro yet? There's one called Omarchi. I'll type it in the chat. Which is supposed to be. It's kind of new. I haven't tried it, and to be honest, I think it's hype. I don't know why. Literally, I haven't tried it. I don't. I have no way of saying this apart from one thing. The guy who did it, the coffee guy, maybe I forgot his name. Uh, he's just a really, you could tell he's a caring person. He cares, right? And he genuinely likes this project. I think he genuinely also likes the guy, and he likes the trajectory of this, making Linux accessible to people and making it this way. And so he's really selling it. And sometimes when you're a good faith person with a lot of faith, and he's also a religious person, he does sometimes a prayer at the end of his show, then you also are a little blind faith. And so he's just saying, this is the best thing ever. And that's why I'm like a little skeptical. My disposition personally is I'm more skeptical, not pessimistic. I'm optimistic, and I do hope that it works. And that's why I'm like talking about Omarchi. And I do think that this is like the pioneer, Omarchi. It's like the first one. Whether it's good or not, I don't know. But this is the first one to make it to the surface. This guy has, I can't believe I forgot his name. He's the guy who always sips coffee and then he makes really clean videos, nice videos, and he writes things down cool. You guys know what I'm talking about? I'm very forgetful with names. This is like this has been a long time problem for me. I know, but I don't want to give you bad version that's all I am trying to do. No, give me Reza, please. Give me the bad version. Keep in mind, when you give me the bad version, you're also giving me content. I'm just saying. Give me all the versions. I'll say, even if you want me to say, like, this is an incomplete version, I'll say it, you know? Uh, but, yeah, public, I guess it's a little different. I don't know, because people paid for it already. So like with keywords.io, for example, my build, I'm putting it out. Nobody's paying for it. Very, very low stakes. So it being bad and buggy is whatever. But you can't rush it because people have paid and they have their whole projects in NEXA. And so your push to production must be secure at the very least. And so I think that's what you mean by bad version. The stakes are higher. I get it. And why use Linux? What is the advantage of using it over the more user-friendly OS? In my opinion, it's mostly just privacy and weight, like resource consumption. Even privacy, to be honest with you, I don't even care. Whatever, Microsoft, take whatever, it's fine. I don't care. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, make money off me? Fine. But the like, you know, when it just force tells you like, hey, here's the new update. No, like just no. But then more importantly is like things just over time get slower when using Microsoft. Why? I don't know. And then processes in the background just keep adding up and adding up. You know, and then new features that come in that you just don't want. Like they have the Copilot comes in. I don't want I just want to have my own operating system that operates in a way that I chose. Even if it's not the best way and it's missing features, I'm willing to make that sacrifice to miss out on some features. Right? It's just we're not there yet. Like it's not we're not there yet, I think. Matt Science said thanks, I forgot to say. You're welcome, no worries, anytime. You got this. Just play around. Click all the buttons, allow it to break, and then fix it again. I understand more control over your OS is there. There's a lot to learn from using it, but what if I don't want to get bogged down by needing to learn so much? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, you need to learn so much. That's what I mean by we're not there. I'm not there. I don't want to learn so much, but I believe that pretty soon large language models are going to get to the point where they can actually they can solve probably thousands and thousands of lines of bugs that existed in Microsoft that have been solved, that have been No, somebody said this in the chat before. They haven't been put in the public domain. They're private. They're like proprietary inside of Microsoft's the company. And so they fix so many problems that you need to fix if you want to have a good operating system. But then they hid the solutions. And that's why you have all these issues with Linux. Tonight on stream, I'll give you the good version and then ready for the next upcoming feedback and criticize to all of us. Make NEXA the best. Yes. Yes. I want one thing to be true, which is the ability for me to honestly look. I get it. Maybe this is a flex. It's a bit of a flex, you know, like imagine I can just go like this with the glasses, like this, right? Click the button. It's fun, bro, and it's part of content, creating content. And I could just click like Control 8, like that. Oh, Control 8 is already locked for the zoom. I forgot about that. Yeah, imagine I can just click Control 8 and then or choose different hotkeys. I'll probably use Control 8. I'll just move that one because I have a button for it. And then it just switches into all these like different shells or CLIs, not shells, with different models. I have Claude, I have GPT, I have like open code, I have just random other ones. Like when Billy makes Hermes public, I'll have Hermes, you know, and I'll be like, I have all the models, and then I'll just sit there with my glasses, pretending like they're sunglasses, you know. And then it's just fun, you know. Have some fun. Yeah. I'm gonna set up key wars, but then while people join the lobby, if people want to, I will talk about some things. So the biggest problem lobby, create lobby. This works. This is wonderful. The biggest problem with my idea to make this where's the 3D rocket? Nope. 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 Hold on. I need to go here. Open the playback or open a new browser tab with the Rocket Chimp playback for the newly created 2.5D canvas. Chimp. Yeah. So my goal is to have Rocket Chimp, this 3D version of Rocket Chimp here on the desk. Augmented reality. I'm playing with augmented reality now. Instead of working on keywords, which is what I'm gonna do a lot more off stream and then show you the updates, and we play keywords every once in a while. I have Rocket Chimp here, or one of the other chimps, augmented reality style, but I cheat. I cheat and I make it extremely, extremely cheap on my resources. In other words, it's not 3D. So I'm not gonna put in OBS, which is the program that I'm using to record and have everything play live on YouTube. You know, the screen sharing, you know, OBS. Instead of having a script that links to a 3D, actually 3D poly, I think it's called poly render, where it takes a lot of geometry because it's 3D. It's just a 2D image. It's just one sprite with no background that gets played. And I have enough 2D images of rocket chimp in all the orientations, like this to this and everything in between, even though it's a really slight change, right? And then the ones between this and this, you know, and between this and this. And long story short, you have enough 2D images of rocket chimp spinning around all over that you can just play them back and control them. And I want to create an algorithm that is basically a frame rate playback algorithm, which goes and it sets these frames and the sequence required for it to be moving a particular way. And I'll show you what that kind of looks like already. This is idle. So here, it's just those 2D images, right? And if I go on walk, for example, he's walking. So this is one of those sequences, you can say. Now, this is extremely cheap, resource-wise. This can easily be added over here. What if I make this algorithm extremely sophisticated in that it is dynamic? So usually what an algorithm is and what that means is it's like a sequence of rules. It's not the only thing that it means. It's just a sequence of if this happens, then do that. If that happens, then do this. So this is basically what I mean when I say algorithm and what it means. What if this algorithm is dynamic? It's like, okay, when in the scene of OBS, because there's a program that happens, the object that is being tracked, the hand, goes to this, you know, asset that's being played, play this sequence of frames. And the frames just exist. Like you just have a bunch of frames. So it's not a single sprite sheet like it is here, where you have, I don't know why you can't see it. Where is this? There we go. It's not just like this, like a regular sprite sheet. No, every still. In other words, every single one of these frames is given its own identifier, its own tag. And the algorithm is so sophisticated, this algorithm, by the way, which doesn't even exist yet, but I'm going to make it, that it goes ahead and it knows, it gives like, okay, he just got pushed, follow these 3 frames where he does this. Okay, he goes like this. And then depending on the speed and whatever is being tracked, whatever happens, either he goes into this mode or into this mode where it's like, you know, so there's different things that you can do if you make it a dynamic sprite sheet algorithm. So this is my invention. I just invented it. And I swear to God, like, watch me find out that somebody already invented this before, even though I never, because I watched Billy's stream and he basically has an orange monkey augmented reality style. So it's like, what happened, you know? I feel like I'm copying him, like, even though I had Rocket Chimp for over a year now. But yeah, this is welcome to creativity, you know? So that's the goal, that's everything. And the problem that I expect on running into is lighting. I'll explain what that means in a bit. Let me just read what Jacob said. Since I'm new here, can you describe the chimps? Why do you use chimp as your mascot? What does the chimp symbolize? That's a great question. So to be completely honest and transparent, I just I really like the chimp because I paid for it. About over a year ago, there was Rocket Chimp, and I paid. It was only Rocket Chimp, and Rocket Chimp didn't look like this. There's a different logo. It looked like this. This was Rocket Chimp before. And what had happened was I asked Carlos Rodriguez, his name's Carlos Rodriguez, on Upwork. I paid him, freelancer, I hired him. I told him I need a logo. I didn't tell him what I need, like I want it to be like this, like that. I genuinely believe that in order to achieve the best creativity, you should just give the person some space. because I like space. When I have space, I can build things. And I told him my story. I told him that I did a bunch of skateboarding, and I was teaching kids. I was a coach, and the best way to learn how to skate is just to set yourself up such that when you fall, you don't get injured. In other words, it's fine. Fall, don't get injured, because then you can get back up, try again, and then you learn quickly. And so the best way with trading, because I was doing trading before, it's the exact same thing. Like, set yourself up in a way where when you're trading, you don't get injured. You can fall. Like, you can take very small losses to your actual bank account, but never ever put yourself in a position where you're taking a huge loss. At least not in the first like couple of years. And once you get to that point where you actually have a real strategy, real edge, go for it, whatever. But it just doesn't make sense to risk big, you know. Doesn't even make sense to go on a live account if you can't be profitable on a demo account. It doesn't matter how many people online say the only people who I won't work with someone who's never traded real money because they don't know how it feels. Okay, sure, that can be true, while the fact that you don't have edge because you can't survive on a fake paper trading demo account, meaning no real money is moving. If you can't survive there, you definitely can't survive live. And people are being pushed into going live. There's no safety. And so I told Carlos this story, and I told him that I want to do a trading brand. And then he came up with the idea. I told him I want a boat because the website that I wanted to make is called buyabigboat.com. I thought it was cool. I thought it goes with the culture of trading. Everyone wants to buy a yacht. You get fed all this stuff by the gurus. You're on a boat, like you're wearing nice clothes. Let's play into the culture. No need to go too far away from it. And then he came up with this idea. He got BBB, like wearing a helmet because of my skateboarding thing. He made Rocket Chimp look like this, pointing up. He made it look like this is a banana boat, okay? And it's pointing up. You can see, because you're trading, you want it to go up, the money to go up, right? Such a creative idea. I loved it. And this was the birth of Rocket Chimp. Completely different. It's not even a chimp. It's an ape. I guess technically an ape is a chimp. Anyway, we worked on that for a while. And then I just kind of realized like I want to keep it, even though it wasn't working. I want to keep it. I like Rocket Chimp. And I just kept thinking about it, kept going back to it. And then I built the website, finished my project. I had a project for like the trading stuff. By the way, REZA, I think I found another bug. When I click this plus, sometimes it doesn't work. Like it doesn't, I'm clicking plus. It's okay, I'll just use one of these. Buyabigboat.com. So back to the story. I finished Rocket Chimp. And then I did a big brand change. I changed it up. Now Rocket Chimp looks like this. And yeah, I can't sign in right here. But basically it works. It's nice. To make a really long story short, I made this extremely dynamic, meaning that Rocket Chimp will actually assist you with things, but will also be animated. And I showed you this before, just to complete the story. I'll show you again. This is how I did it. You know, I made the ears move only. The gray doesn't move ever, but the yellow does, the orange does. They all have their own identifier, which means that the LLM knows what's moving, which means that you can get away with creating some really nice assets. Like he's thinking, he's like, he's going to the side here. It's adorable. A little victory dance, right? Scared shrink. He's like, oh no. Then I realized like this is very well built. Let me just make this a different color, and then see if I can use it for something else. And that's exactly what I did. Got the chat curator here. Got the balance sheet. got the new reality. Look, the way that I am, like as a person, is I really like to take care of my things. Like if that makes sense. Like when I have a thing, I get a new thing. I always try to get the nicest new thing because I know that I'm gonna keep this thing for a very long time. And I'm not gonna upgrade. I'm not gonna change it. I want to keep it. My camera, the A7C Mark One. I'm not gonna get a new camera anytime soon. I'm gonna take care of it. Now this Rocket Chimp Studio thing, same thing. I was like, let me build it out really nicely. And then I did that. Like I built it. I made it really nice. I made it a different color. Like, okay. And then I built another one of it with a different color. Okay. And so it was just kind of an accident. The brand, the Rocket Chimp brand that I bought, because I paid for it, right, was that thing. uh, the Rocket Chimp. And I just kept taking care of Rocket Chimp. And then Rocket Chimp evolved into all these other chimps which are not Rocket Chimp. And then I had like a moment of like reckoning. I was like, wait, I don't know if reckoning. I was like, wait, they're not all Rocket Chimp. They're different chimps. You know, let me make Chimp World and put all the chimps in the chimps or in the world. Give them a world, right? And yeah, then here we are. That's a full story, pretty long backstory. Sorry, I got a little carried away. Nice glasses. Eclipse, my guy, thank you. Welcome. Welcome. I know you're already in my Discord. Were you lurking or did you just get here? My glasses. Did you you saw the thumbnail, right? What, like this? Yeah, I did it with left hand. I guess this thumbnail is better. You guys want to play the game? Keywords. Keywords.io. Fawad, welcome. Somebody called Fawad. Join the Discord. By the way, join the Discord if you guys like this vibe. All right. I don't know what happened. I clicked create. Strange. Reza, if you're still there, that might have been a bug. Might have been a bug, I'm just saying. I'll find all the bugs. All right. Anyone who wants to play the best typing game in the world, built by yours truly. I am Fuad. I see. Well, Fuad, go to this website and go to the lobby called lobby, and let's test your speed, your typing speed. I bet you can't type faster than me, Fuad. That's a great backstory. Thank you for sharing. Well, thank you for asking. Gave me an excuse to share because this is this is my life. Thank you guys for engaging and giving me this like chance to share. I like sharing. When you're creative, you like to share with people who care. So I guess thank you for caring. I like your point about if it works, then taking care of it. Yeah. It's especially true for material things. Eclipse is in the game. Is anyone else gonna join? I'm gonna start really soon, and if you're not in it, you're just not in it. There's no emails, no collection of emails. So if you're in the chat and you wanna play the game, join now. My GPU is the same. Like what I meant by that, like material things, like my GPU. I had a GPU Ti 3080, and it got old, but I took care of it. I got it used, and then I took care of it. And now I have two GPUs because it's good. My GPUs are underclocked, not overclocked. Like, they're gonna last, you know. I like my GPUs. It's okay. You can be sentimental. You can be materialistic. You can be those things. You, you just can't be too much. Are you left-handed? No, this is mirrored. This is all mirrored. This is my left hand. Does it look like my right hand to you? My left hand. All right, I'm gonna start. I think Eclipse is the only one joining the game. We'll play a session, and then everyone's gonna see it and be like, "Whoa, how do I join? Because it's such a cool game, and I want to play it too." I don't know anything about coding. Maybe a bit. It's no. All right, I'm gonna click. Wait, hold on. I don't know anything about coding. Welcome, D Morgan, and I don't even know why YouTube recommended me this stream, but I saw your thumbnail and clicked it. You were explaining something. Have a good stream. Bye. Bye. Thank you for stopping by and for engaging. I appreciate it. All right, Eclipse. Drop us the link. Oh no, I clicked the thing. I dropped it a little earlier. Raven. All right, okay. It's okay. We'll take the loss, Eclipse. Don't type the words. There's no way to like end the game. Let's take the loss and then Fuad can join. Keywars.io. All right, both of you are gonna join. Eclipse, did you type the words? What happened? All right, you guys are joining. Keywars.io. Eclipse was felled. 2 words. Ah, you typed 2 words. I didn't notice. I didn't see that. Only the first 2 words. All right, guys. Bad Science. I'll just call you Bad Science, okay? I know your name. Jacob. So everyone else, when they hear me say, they can just see who I'm talking to. We're waiting on you. Anyone can join, by the way. This is a Key Wars. This is the Key Wars game that I'm building. I need to sign up. Yeah, there's no confirmation, none of that. You just put the user and a password. And then it works. You just log in with that user and password. Ah, Meme Gyan. Turns out this whole time Bibi was here. Bibi. He's in. Yeah, and he's ready. I think we might have 5 people if both of you guys join, Jacob. And Bad Science. What is the lobby name and invite code? I don't think you need the invite code. You can just click it. The lobby name is named lobby. It's probably a little confusing. What OS you using? Oh, Mr. Cookie is in here. Is one of you guys Mr. Cookie? What is the lobby name and invite? Wait, what OS are you using? I'm using Windows. But I'm using REZA NEXA's ADE called NEXA. And it has a browser in it. And I'm using the browser because it looks cool and fancy and futuristic and fun. And so I'm using it. And one day I'll push REZA hard to make it a multi-monitor ADE, which automatically just puts an entire layer over my Microsoft. And then it just becomes like this becomes NEXA. This becomes NEXA. I have a little monitor here. This becomes NEXA. NEXA everywhere, and then everyone's gonna be like, what operating system are you using? And I would just be like, it's not Mac OS, but I won't tell you. And everyone's gonna be like, it's Glassmorphic, it's Mac OS. What are you? And then I'll say, if you know, you know. No, don't worry, I won't be like that. I promise. All right, do we have everyone? Mr. Cookie, I think we have everyone. Bad Science Facts is Fuad. And Reza, you're still here. No, you're still here. One day, not yet, not yet. Let's be pragmatic and realistic. Let's work our way up. Slowly but surely. It's a bit too big of a change. I thought it's Linux at first. All right, guys, we're in. We need to get ready. So, just a quick explanation. Everyone has their own skill that refreshes every once in a while. Mine is Yalla, and it blows everyone up. Eclipse with some rising here and there, you know, yeah. I thought it was Linux at first. Ideally, my ideal future is one where I can have Linux and I can have NEXA on top of it, and then I can use NEXA when I'm afraid of Linux. Because there's going to be a bunch of problems. NEXA is this close to being an OS, and it's not resource intensive. All right, guys, we're ready. We're going to go. Reza, I'm here working on NEXA and watching you at the same time. All right. I was gonna tell you want to join. But no. Let's let you work. All right, guys. This is the first time that we've had 5 people. Max has been 4. Now we have 5 people. Fuad, yeah. Whenever the buff refreshes, I need you to buff because you give us armor. Today, we make it. Today we make it to 50. Today we triumph and we win every battle on the path of kings. On the path of kings. Oh my god, so many players. Oh my god, Jay. You came, we just started. It would have been 6 people if you came back just like a split second earlier. It's too late. It's too late. We're gonna get to level 50 without you, Jay. If you were here, we would have definitely, no matter what, we get to level 50 with all of us. But you're not. You weren't here. Will we play again? I want to play too. Yes, we'll play again. Oh, I should have added the spectate mode. Because I would have been able to add you. I wrote it and then I didn't do it. It would have been possible that you join spectate mode and then I do the heart skill, bring you in. My bad. That's what I should have done that. All right, I'm 0, guys. I know, but it's okay. I'll come in when you need me. You know, you guys get familiar with the game. Okay, we've made it to level 4. And Meme Gyan is casting his CC skill at the perfect time. Habibi, recommend me. Should I go open source with my ADE? Yeah. No. I don't know. It's up to you. It depends on the types of features you want to add and your goals with it. Oh, I personally really like the lifetime access model. If you can make it a lifetime access situation plus plugins, and plugins, anyone can just make a plugin and they're free at first. Maybe in the future they become something you buy. That's the best, I think, because then it puts you in a position where you get enough funding to continue to work on your ADE and focus on it and make it better. You know, like don't get me wrong, open source is great. I love open source. But what's greater is you have the best product possible, and in order for that to happen, you need funding, like you need money. So that's why personally I think that the lifetime license model works. You buy it once, it belongs to you. If you will contribute to my open source, then I am going open source. I'll contribute to it. How to use skill. Jacob is asking how to use skill. You just do slash and then you type whatever it is. I'm still building out the game, literally, like from scratch, which is why there's no, which is why you can't see that you're typing it. I need to, I need to add a thing where you can see what you're typing. I'm just so distracted trying to build all these other things. Playing with NEXA recently, yesterday. Your skill, by the way, Jacob, is CC. Yeah, you're Mr. Cookie. You only have the CC skill. Depending on your skin and like what the color that you are, you have a different skill. Mine is the best one. I didn't tell you guys until we started. Mine is yellow, which just blows everything up, and I haven't even used it. And I can use it because it refreshes. Look, that's my skill. I just made all of them disappear. While you guys are sitting here panicking, trying to figure out like, okay, we need to type these things. I'm just in a position every 60 seconds, because there's a 60-second refresh on the yellow skill, to just make them all disappear. Who stunned? Who did a stun? Somebody figured out that they can do stun? Which club do you support? What do you mean? Like football club? I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch football. In Kuwait, there was when I was a kid, I still didn't watch football, but my parents told me that if somebody asks you which club, قادسية, قادساوي ولا عرباوي, if somebody asks you that, you say قادسية. I don't even قادساوي. I didn't even know what that meant, but that just has been. So now whenever I hear the word football club, I think قادساوي. I literally never watched any game, let alone like a full game. It's just what they told me, and when you're a child, you just say what they tell you. I was too busy traveling. Oh yeah, by the way, jump. Eclipse jump. That was the worst possible time for. Good job, you actually dodged it. I don't know how you survived that. Fuad, you just got hit. Alright, I blew them up. My guy is broken, like I'm the developer. You guys are you guys are here trying, you're doing. I'm just here waiting, like whenever I want, like whenever I want, I can do the blast skill. The pause skill just pauses the whole game for like 20 seconds. Poof skill makes everything disappear. And the yellow skill makes everything disappear also, but refreshes every minute. It is not fair for you guys. That's funny. That's funny. Next next time everyone's gonna just go for the orange ones. Fuad's doing a good job. He's buffing us hard. Every one of these is the times that Fuad used buff. And maybe he should continue to do it, because later on it will get more difficult and we will need those buffs. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, bad science facts. Fuad. A new background, nice. Yes. Actually, Bippy, Mimi, remember what you said? Like new maps, dungeon style, all of them have different, what do you say? Like words and things. I did it. It was your suggestion. It came to life. I don't know if you've noticed, but these words are different. We're in the snow line. ice cap, frost work, because it's frosty. Yeah, this boss does that. He freezes you. Anyone new to the chat? What do you think of this game, honestly? Go try it. It's free. It's at the stage where I don't even ask for login and password. I don't ask for any of that because it's in development. And you just do it, you know? You just go into the game. It's called Keywords.io. You set up the you just put a login username and password, click the button, and then nothing happens, no feedback, which I probably should add some sort of feedback to it. And then you go back to login, and then you put those same user and password. I really need to fix that. That's something I need to fix now. Teaches kids how to type. Yes, yes. But here's the thing. Like, this is where everyone makes a mistake. Oh, Aurora. Aurora. What? Nobody typed it? Like, wow. This is where people make a mistake. They want to teach the kids how to type, and so they try to make the game focus entirely only on the typing. And kids aren't dumb. They're little humans. They're just inexperienced. Their brain isn't fully developed. You know, they don't have all the cognition there. But they're not dumb. They know. And they know what fun is and playing is. And so what if you actually make it a game? What if you actually make it fun? Something you can win, a playable game, which happens. It just happens to be like this, where you actually get a huge competitive edge if you know how to type. You know what I mean? And so this game is going to be primarily focused on the skills and the strategy, because there's different types. There's different types. Oh no. Am I still alive? I think I'm lagging. Guys, in the Discord. The keyword. Yeah. Yeah, as in I'm still alive, or yeah, as in. Oh, okay, the game is lagging. Nice. I would enjoy this so much more and learn. Yeah, what I was saying is, like, kids are not dumb. If you like, if you take education and then you embed fun into the education, they're like, school sucks, whatever. You know, I have to be here and I'm not allowed to move around. Right? But if you actually make a game, like, it's like, first and foremost, it is a game. You want to win, and then you just embed education into it. They don't care. Like, whatever. Yeah, cool. I'm learning. You know what I mean? And then all the people who try to focus really hard on helping the kids and stuff, they don't do that because they don't play like that. Honestly, I think. And so that's a big part of what I'm trying to do. The game is lagging quite a bit. For me, it's completely frozen. I don't know what happened here. Is my YouTube lagging? Because if it's my YouTube, the game broke, dude. What if it's the fact that there's 5 people? We've never had 5 people. Hmm. All right, guys. I guess we're not gonna make it to 15. Instead, what we're gonna do is go on to. My bad, guys. This is a work in progress. It's buggy, just like NEXA's or REZA's NEXA. The things are buggy. Calm down, okay? We'll fix it. We'll fix it. It's okay. Avocado. All right. Let's just do this plus chat. I'm gonna type here in this Such a nice translucent background thing. I'm gonna type this. I'm gonna type. No, first. By the way, Reza, I don't want it to always go to Opus automatically. How can I set the default to Fable? Medium. This is like the one that I like to use. Watch it. I was gonna say this is a bug. Watch it be just an option. Like you just go somewhere and you click it, and it just remembers. All right, I'm gonna type. I had 5 people playing in the same lobby, but I also have some internet issues. What? The server is in Singapore, so that's definitely not. I'm really good at spelling. I'm all about spelling and typing, but it's okay. That's definitely not worth diagnosing. But what are the chances that my lobby, because I started the lobby, caused the breaking of the game? At level 15, see keywars.io in the NEXA browser. The game broke. Author plus auto. This is a problem because the view got messed up. 1 second, guys. I know you're leaving things in the chat. Let me just finish this prompt. Author plus auto run a mini bev. By the way, when it's at bev, it messes up NEXA. REZA. A mini bev to fully audit the situation. Fully audit the game. The deployment. Isolate the exact cause of this issue. Don't make any changes yet. Yeah, I think that's enough. All right, while that's happening, I'm gonna read the chats and just admire the beautiful translucency over here. I'm gonna put this just here, and you can just see this guy. I don't know what happened. It made this thing. Well, it still kind of looks cool. All right, what have you guys been saying? I saw the chat move out, but I didn't read. What have you guys been saying? The game broke. Lol. How long have you been working on this? 2 weeks now? But that's not fair to say because I worked on it for like a week and then I forgot about it for like a week. But like not really forgot about it, you know? Like I just not for a week. For 3 days, I think I made change. No, 4 days. That last time I made change. Anyway, it's recent. Like it's brand new. Understandable. The issue can be fixed. There's great potential here. Thank you. Hello. I can't play games right now. It's not lagging. Someone superpower skill freeze. Bye bye, guys. I'm happy that I found this community. Bye, Fuad. Thank you for joining. And for joining the Discord if you're still here. Take care. Haha. See you. Oh yeah, Jay, I forgot. You want to play again or? I wanted to diagnose what the issue is though, but I think we can open up a new lobby. Ooh, I don't think it's even doing it. I don't know what this is. I think REZA Claude doesn't let you, right? Like Claude is a Claude problem, not like Claude Code will only let you have one instance of one chat, basically. I don't know. I clicked reconnect and it said failed to authenticate. API error. Proceed. I don't know if it's gonna work. I think it's a Claude issue. Like Anthropic doesn't let you. I can type the way you do. I can't type the way you do. My arms needs to be supported by the desk, so my keyboard go all the way down the monitor. Oh, that took. I don't know why that took me so long. You type like this. What? What? Eclipse. What's wrong? Why do you type like this? Where? Ah, so you can relax. So you can be like this. Is that what you're trying to say? No, I just have my wrists. Like my wrists are my support. I have long fingers. That's another thing. You know. Plus, that's an advantage of having like a really tiny keyboard. Like what is this called? A quarter inch or something. There's like there's a size. Hold on. This comes with the Skylung. I don't think it's Skylong because they put two O's. They're Chinese. They'll just say things. Okay, bye, Lego. Oh, I will join next one or what? Okay, bye, one. Oh, wait, are you saying bye to me or them? If you're saying bye to me, bye, take care. Um, yeah, these are the functions. I gotta go. See you later. Take care, my man. All right, everyone's leaving. Bye, guys. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream soon. Actually, no, I'll stay for a while. But these are the functions of the keyboard, and should say the size somewhere. Doesn't say the size anywhere. But yeah, there's like a bunch of sizes of keyboards. Yeah, this failed to authenticate again. This isn't working. And this is frozen, and it would be really nice if I could use. It's weird because it worked over here. So you can have one instance, I guess. I think maybe you can have one instance of it. Um, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this, Control C. I'm going to, just in case, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna close this. Close the chat. And then I'm gonna try to reconnect. Are you considering opening the development up for collab with the community, or are you keeping it closed personal project of yours? I'm trying to get rich, Jacob. I'm trying to get rich. I'm considering this, you know, I'm considering, let me see if I can pull it up here with a single button. That's not the button. I have buttons for things. Hold on. Yes, the button worked. All right, check this out. I'm considering making this a game that people can play, and then they can choose things. For example, they can choose when they get the correct word, like they choose the right word, to buy celebrations. You know, like this is nice. One second. This is like you got this acid melt, so a little strange. This is a cool one here. I showed this before, so some of you guys might be seeing this again. But isn't that cool? Like fire. And you can choose what it looks like when you lose or when you win. So when you lose, meaning when you do a typo. And when you win means like when you get one of those words, right? Right now, this is the live one. It looks like this. It shatters. There's this crumble, which looks really cool. Also, but it's minimal. So I'll add some of them. I'll set some of them up so that upon getting the game, you have some options already. Like it's not gonna, and I'm not gonna set it up where it's pay to play. Like just paying money doesn't put you in a position where you could have a competitive edge. But as a personal, you know, as a person who likes skins, like when I play games, like I can buy a skin. It's like a cheap little skin. It's just gonna make my experience a little better. I can appreciate it, and I think it's fine, you know. Jacob says, I understand you, brother. Yeah, you should sell player skins too. Exactly. What do you think of these skins? I'm assuming you didn't see this in previous streams, but warriors, what do you think of these skins? You know, these currently, the ones at the top are the ones that are live, and you've got the skins actually do make a difference, but like I said, no competitive edge for just buying things. Like this gives you the CC ability, which is a 3-second freeze, and it refreshes every 9 seconds. You know, this skin Lava Ember gives you like a -1 word for everyone. It refreshes 60 seconds because it's kind of broken. And I might make it even more, by the way. Like 120 seconds or something. Maybe 90. Maybe 90. Oh, Eclipse needs to go. Eclipse, bye. Thank you for stopping by. And for playing. If you're still there, take care. And yeah, these are the new ones. What do you think? But not these two. This is just how I'm able to constantly get the consistency. There's just this empty shell, you know, and then the color coding of what moves and what doesn't. But these are the new ones. You got the Meadow Monk buff. Buff. If I do add unique features and abilities for all of them, what ends up happening, and I'm just telling you, like this is already planned out, buff remains what you type when you're Meadow Monk. So you always type, if you're a buffer, buff. It's just the outcome is going to be different. So instead of just +1 armor every time buff is typed, maybe it does like +3 armor to a random person, you know, or +2 armor, and there's a different refresh rate. Maybe it does like it gives somebody a reset for one of their abilities, or eliminates the cooldown for a different person, not for Medomuk. Like Dune Nomad here, which is also a buff type, completely remove the cooldown for one person randomly. I don't know. You can be creative. You can just imagine whatever you want and make it happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's basically this guy, or what this guy looks like. They're okay, but I don't know if it's something I would buy, to be honest, or maybe others would. But is it something that you would play? Because if it is, then success. Um, Other people would come in and they would probably like want to buy, and it's probably going to be a small percentage of people. I'm thinking of making this like a freemium model, basically. Like I put it on Steam, full blown. Like I put it on Steam, okay. And if you want to buy skins, you can. You can just buy skins and get those things, but you don't have to. And there's probably going to be some people. I want to build this environment, this ecosystem. There's going to be some people who get this game who are just going to think, like in their mind, they're going to think, if I don't pay, I'm better. Like I don't get skins. I'm not like that. There's just people like that. Like you play some of these games, like Mobile Legends, there's this toxicity where it's like, oh, you get a skin, skin only, and I want to have that. Like if it's a successful game, you want to have some sort of controversy. Or not controversy, conflict. I mean, it's called key wars. People know they were AI generated. I don't know if they would want to buy them either. I don't know. If they know they were handcrafted skins, you could prove that somehow, then they would be more interested. Kind of true, I think. I would play with them, yes. Arum Sentinel is cool. Arum Sentinel, yeah. It's a little shiny. I'm just experimenting with them. That AI generated thing, I have an opinion on it. And I've given this opinion before, but I'll give it again because I really believe this is the trajectory of humanity. I'm gonna go like Billy, just talk about everything. I buy an auto type, $50, it plays on auto mode and get me a win. I thought about that too, like I don't know if you suggested leaderboards, but somebody suggested in the chat before to add a leaderboard option. I was like, no, it would be way too easy to game the system and just have it type automatically for you super quickly. And a really big part of me creating this while kind of sitting back and letting AI do the work is to have built that system myself. Like you let Fable automatically go in, play the game, and verify that it's persistent. Like it's not Railway anymore, but at the time it was Railway. But that it's persistent. In other words, like the lobby exists, right, for everyone, and everyone gets the same no lag thing. So it just goes in and types for you. So I decided not to have a leaderboard because then I would have to go figure out how I can solve that issue and make it like so the bots go away. It's shiny and all, yeah. Yeah, what I was gonna say about the AI art. So I bet, and I said this. I bet that a long time ago, when artists were on real medium paper, I don't know, graphite and oil colors and maybe watercolors, and they used pigment and they had to like make the colors themselves and everything. When they were introduced to digital art, in other words, like a tablet, which is now the standard. Everyone who's an artist uses a digital. You know what I mean? The real artists, the real artists, they use the artist pads, even pads that are custom created just for artists. I bet those artists, the ones who are only on like a real medium that you can do. Saw that and I'm like, that's fake. That's fake, you know? Those aren't real artists. That's a toy. That's a gimmick, whatever. But now it's the standard. It's the future. It's the reality. Somehow, AI is going to be used for art. This is a fact. Artists will just use whatever's at their disposal. That's what makes disposable. What they will use whatever is at their disposal to make art, to make something beautiful, to create like illusion, to do things, whether it's visually or with music, that grab your attention in a certain kind of a way. They find patterns, they find little flaws in society and poke at them somehow, like comedians. Whatever it is, they will use AI somehow. Now, to what extent is it too much? What, like, where's the line where it just becomes AI slop? You know what I mean? Because if you just say to the AI, make me all this art, and you see it, the fact that you can tell immediately, the fact that you can tell that this is AI means you failed and you're not an artist. You know, you're just. But if an artist, a real artist, were to try and build something, whether it's built by AI or not, chances are they're going to do a really good job. And AI is just going to make it faster for them. Nah, not paper. Go more back on stones. Yeah, going like people who are drawing on stones, carving. Someone came out like, I have this invention. What if we take wood and we just, you know, and then we'll try find some sort of a, I don't know, some sort of an adhesive also from trees, and then let's crush it together, the wood and this adhesive, and then like flatten it out. And now we have a paper, right? And it's just like the first paper ever made using wood and wood, something that comes from a tree, kind of the outside, and something else that comes also from a tree, kind of like the inside, like they take sap or something. I don't know. I'm just making things up. I don't know. Okay. And then they come with paper to the carver who's carving on stone. Like we can use this as a medium to put things down, and the person of stone is like, let me see this thing that you have here. What is this thing? What is this thing? He looks at it. He's presented with the piece of paper. And that's why it doesn't work. And this stone lies. This survives. What is this? What is this? Go with your paper. That's a better analogy. But now everyone uses paper. Is that a better analogy? I don't know. You let me know. Stone people be like, painting is fake. We used to carve stone. That is art. Yeah. Back in the day, when we drew on papyrus, here in America, there's so much hate on AI, and I think a lot of it is unwarranted, but I also understand some of it. Yeah, I think it's everywhere in the world, like all creatives. And like we can go deep into like why, like some of it is warranted, the hate. I don't like to say that, but you can't just steal everyone's work, put it together, sell it, and then not give them credit, to make a really long story short. And then have it this machine replace everyone's jobs and then expect that nobody hates you. This is what the AI companies did and are doing. Jacob's saying, I think that people in the future won't actually care if something's AI generated. If it looks good, give them value or good feeling, or is entertaining, they won't care and will appreciate it. Yes, and I also think the standard, just the consumer's standards is going to increase because they know, like they know that it's very easy to just build AI slop. And then the other thing that's going to happen, and you know, mark my words, like give it a decade. I'm telling you, the other thing that's going to happen is the artist that spent a lot of time to produce this masterpiece that time gets cut in half, like even more maybe. And it's going to be as good. I'm not saying it's going to be better because of AI. It's going to be as good, which is just the potential of the artist, what the artist can see. Which means that there's going to be much, much bigger everything. The amount of, like, imagine here you have the best art. I know it's subjective and you can't say that, but just for the sake of example, for productivity, for things that you create. The best is over here and the worst is over here, and everything lives in between. Okay? It's not just gonna be like, oh, a lot more slop, and so there's more, this increases and there's just more at the bottom. There's also gonna be more at the top. Like everything has changed. So now you have everything expanded. Artists are gonna use this, not just people who are lazy. Wow, Jacob, we've gone very philosophical over this last hour, less than an hour. Human creations will become even more special. Yes. And people will say, oh, AI can't do this, for example. I can see someone saying, is AI overly psychopathic and glazing and it can't give you factual information? True today, yes. Why they don't realize that all of their problems will be solved. Yeah. It's a tool, like it's a giant calculator. I think it will remain a giant calculator. Like, to be honest with you, and we're gonna adapt. We're gonna very quickly, like as humans, just get used to it. It's gonna be the new norm. That's what happened, you know, when smartphones became the new norm. It's just like everyone now, whenever they want, can just call anyone. Cool, you know, and anyone now, whenever they want, can just access um, the internet. It's just on your phone, you just pull it out. It's normal. Yes, you're right. It's just a tool and we will adapt to it. It's gonna feel weird too that we used to think that this is gonna change so much. I think it will actually change so much, but we won't even realize it. Does that make sense? I'm going too deep with this. We're on the verge of existentialism. Existentialism. Alright, this is a serious problem though that I have here. Like, why isn't this working? I think the new version will have this fixed. I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna go on this here. What if I do update? Update config. Ooh, interesting. I just tried something. I tried the update config. It says no. Every new invention like this brings its own problems, but the immense value gained will outweigh. Yeah, it's gonna bring its own new set of problems. Yeah, I got a bit deep and philosophical here. Yeah, this is a problem. 403. What is error 403? You know, there's like families of errors, like family 1 0 something, 1 0 something else. 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. but I don't think there's a 6. Is there? I don't know. Login. Claude. Right. I'm gonna go like this and see if I can set up this login. 403 is unauthorized, I think. So if I give it authorization with the Google OAuth, then maybe the error is just completely fine and it's just gone. MCP needs authentication again. Oh, all right. It said this. Said this. Build something great. You're all set up for Claude. You can now close this window, and that's because I did the OAuth thing. Now let's see if I am in fact set. Oh. Ooh, login successful. I'm just clicking all around to see if I can type things. It's not, what's the situation here? Why can't I type? Please tell me that I can type things. Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. It says press enter to continue. Oh my God, these are the sorts of these are the sorts of bugs that I'm taking to REZA, by the way. I'm going REZA, like this thing doesn't work. Can you please? Can you please? I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. We're in. We're finally in. We can do things now. Control V. And that's basically what I want to do. Hello. Where's the rest of the text? It just started at finitely, even though I copied the. I'll just rewrite the whole thing. It's okay. I'm gonna hold this button, the backspace button, and allow it to delete everything. Reza is still here. Oh my God. I'm sorry. You're still here, just lurking. Like talking about you and. All right, we're here. We're finally here. And now I can do it. Keywords. I have to press enter. Definitely a bug, bro. Yeah, Reza, it's a bug. Can you make it so I don't have to press enter, please? All right. Keywords.io. Crashed on me. We had 5 people on, most we've ever had, and I was the creator of the lobby. Even though I've been having jittery internet recently. I mean, yesterday, literally, by the way, just so you know, yesterday it jittered so hard that it ended the stream on YouTube. That's how. It's a bandwidth issue. I might be just doing too much. Oh yeah, present. All right, next part. Now that I've given it the. Hey, was it just me or was there a K over here? I mean, it could be a bug. I'm just saying. Hey, this might actually be a bug. 'Cause I'm clicking here right now, and it's not doing anything. Maybe that's just how the TUIs work. It's okay. I'll use the arrows. Whoa, whoa! What happened here? All the previous things exist as well. The history. That's wonderful. All right. Keywords. There we go. This is the most fun way to learn how to use the TUI, to be honest with you. It's just such a beautiful thing. Like you can have the background transparent. You know, this is nice. This is fun. It's a relaxing way of learning code. I feel very relaxed. And I bet that the fact that I don't have music playing right now means that you can have your own music playing right now and have me in the background. Which means I need to speak in a very relaxing. Then again, what if you're listening to like energetic music? I need to switch it up and be motivational. Like, all right, we got this. We're going. It's not a bug. Use your keyboard up. In CLI, you can't use mouse. Ah, I knew it. I totally knew it. I was like, can you make it? All right. It's okay. This is good. You know, this is the journey that people go through. My bad. I'm sorry. Wait, Biffy said, you know that Claude is going to cut down our token to 50% from this 1st of September. What do you mean? What do you mean 50? Don't tell me I'm not gonna have Fable soon, Bippy. Are you just saying things? Reza will fix, no worries. You need to fix me. Can you fix me? I don't. I think I'm the problem. Ah, yeah, dude. Let's get pumped up. Okay, you listen to energetic music. It's not a bug. Use your. Oh, okay. Wait. Mimi. This cannot be true. All right, pumped up. Let me actually write this prompt and see if it actually works because I want to see if through NEXA, within NEXA and its tool calling, its plugins, those sorts of things, we're able to diagnose this runtime issue. Bear in mind, there is no shuf sand. There is no need for shuf sand because this is built on Chromium. You know what I mean? It's built on Chromium, so it's kind of a more direct connection than what I had previously in my own workflow. And it should be more possible for the CLI within this Agentic Development Environment to basically do everything that my previous shuf sand plugin can do and potentially more because it's Chromium. It's not even Chrome. We're not limited to the consumer kind of retail front-facing here average user who doesn't know anything program that Google makes, Google Chrome, for us. This is Chromium. Chromium. This is different. This is okay. I need to calm down and actually do my prompt. You know what I mean, though, right? I don't know about Fable, but we will get 50% less tokens for our subscription. All of us. I'm on the $200 plan. I might benefit more, I'll be honest with you, because the last time that there was criticism about how everyone was pissed off about Anthropic, like, why did you remove Fable from this and everything? It was kind of good for me on the 200 subscription plan. I just got more. I was like, ooh, this is nice. Maybe being on the side of society where you're on at the top is where you want to be. You know, that sounds bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. We should all. There should be a limit. Like honestly speaking, there should be give everyone fair opportunities and choice and these sorts of things. That being said, it is technically in my best interest if that were to happen. I'm just optimistic about myself. I lean that way, even though I'm very skeptical of everything around me. I'm skeptical. Like, why are these things happening? I'm so optimistic. Does that work? Can those things work? They're mutually exclusive for a reason. No, Claude added 50% more weekly limit a few months ago, and it end 1st of September, and your weekly limit will reduce by 25% overall from current, and they may renew it. Use BP saying use computer, it will do magic. Yes. Okay, I didn't know that. You're speaking like a real rich guy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. We'll get rich, and then we'll all have the $200 plan. Actually, look, this is the objective. I'll be so rich, I don't even need the $200 plan. I can just go API pricings because it's easier. It's more convenient. I just have one open router key, do everything I want. You know what I mean? That's the goal. That's the objective, which is why I need to focus on the task at hand. The prompt. All right. Keywords crashed on me. We had 5 people on, most we've ever had, and I was the creator of the lobby, even though I had very jittery internet recently. That was a bug. Caught in 4K. Reza, I hope you're there. Go back in the video. There was a change. Maybe I'm the problem. I'm not gonna say definitively. What? There was a Y. There was a Y just now. Wallah, wait. Recently dot space. Oh my god. Did I spell it wrong and it just did the autocorrect and then... Please let me know, guys. You have the live. I'm not dyslexic, I know this. I have 5 $20 plans and I hate it. I think I also need the $200 plan. But I'll buy either Codex or Grok. Codex, by the way, I used Codex. I used NEXA for Codex, and I realized that it does really good. Like NEXA does really good with Codex, and the primary reason for that, in my opinion, is the fact that their CLI Codex has access to image generation models. Like they have a diversity of models, and so what you end up with, you have ADHD and it's like no, I don't. A bad combo. What you end up with, if you use the Codex CLI, is like one terminal that can do everything for you. Fable has to dig deep. It digs around because there's no image generation model. So, in my opinion, it's just a choice between because you like open code, right? Or GLM. Or Grok. You were talking about Grok. Yeah. I'm sticking to Anthropic. I like it. Bippy, you mean you have plans with 5 different model providers? It's too much. Choose one, get used to it. And I still I've not continued. All right. I've been just jittery. I've been having jittery recently. Okay. Author plus ooh, this time the command came out on its own. Auto. Whoa. Auto. Run. Strange. Very strange. I didn't update. That's weird. What happened here? I clicked space and then a new A appeared. Okay. I swear to God, I'm not seeing things like I clicked space and then an N appeared. Then an N, that was only a space. I'm gonna click this button, which is the right button. Okay, now I'm all the way on the right. Now I'm gonna click on this button, which is left. All right, backspace. Backspace. Wow, that's messed up. As soon as I show you, it works. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. I use codecs primarily, and I've stuck with it. Yeah. For me, that's Anthropic's models, but I wanna go back to experimenting and having separate models and trying things out, and that for me is what NEXA is gonna give me. I'm gonna have that. Obviously, you can do it anyway with your own terminals, but it's important to have it look cool as well. All right. Author plus auto run. Swear to God, I pressed space. Also, the N disappeared. You saw the N disappear. I was far away from the N. Like, I wasn't even at the N. Your keyboard might be getting arthritis. Guys, wallah, I'm not making this up. All right. Okay, we're good. This is why I'm not getting things done. Wait. Author plus auto run. I have this is ridiculous. All right, keywords crash on me. We had 5 people on. All right, I'm gonna mark this because this is Hema. Hema's the video editor. Hema, in the future, we're gonna make a video about like the improvement of how NEXA got better over time and how it was bad. You know, this is the bad part. I was spend like 200 days obsessing only to make it too bad. This is the bad part, okay? Alright, click the marker. It should mark in my VidChimp. And my video editor will know. Author plus author on a bev. To isolate the exact reason, or the exact reason for this crash. Diagnosis only. Read only. Determine the exact cause of this crash and let and propose an action plan to prevent it from happening again. Oh, I got so used to, I'm so used to by habit clicking Shift Enter and then it goes, but you don't have that in the terminals. So it just went in. Oh no. I already logged in and successfully look, it says login successful, but I guess logged out or something. This is problematic. This is problematic. I think it is Anthropic because I've heard things before about how Anthropic is not friendly about their like you can't use their subscription with third parties or something like that. They have something actively blocking it. Dario, everyone's like, Dario, like, what are you doing? This was months ago, though. Could still be the same. Keep them. Maybe how does it go with keeping out or with keeping each one updated with the latest context of what's working on? Yeah, that's a good question. How, if you have so many different models and you're using them all of them are going to have a different chain of thought based on however it was trained. So you can't just update this one into that one. That's why I don't like the viable, I know it's viable, approach where you have two models correcting each other. They just have different approaches. So when you have Fable here and GPT Soul, and they build and then they cross-reference or whatever they do, they check, right? Each other's work to ultimately produce the best option. I don't think it's producing the best option. Depending on the task, obviously. If you're like, it's a security task with vulnerability, and for some reason Fable stops triggering you out, I can see that working. But if it's like a creative task, they're just gonna interfere with each other. So, got me to think about that because of the context. How do you update the context if you have a bunch of different models that you're using? That's the primary reason, by the way, that I'm just using the .md files with Fable, which writes the .md files in a certain way. The decision.md, the memory.md, skill.md, all these things. And I'm talking about the actual words and terminology inside of those files. I know different models can have MD files, it's okay. Jacob, NEXA handles that for me, it controls other properly. Oh, that's a good point. NEXA does have like a centralization thing in the rules. If you go in the settings, not in the yes, in the settings, not in the general. Where is it? Back to app. Now it's in the settings and it's in projects. No. Rules. Rules. Yeah, here. So here there's like it automatically organizes things with the rules, and you can take advantage of this here. Where it has the different MD files. Providers. I don't know what do you mean by that. Wait, let me see. Works like it can talk to each other properly. The issue could be Claude Code CLI Composer. Yes, I think it is. No, it's okay. You can use it terminal and NEXA. Use exactly Anthropic CLI in the background. No extra harness. Just close NEXA terminal and open again. Log in and try again. Okay, I'll try. Nice. Yeah, make plan in Claude and the Claude worker as a team lead and give tasks to other models. And design, I always use Claude. NEXA design, so it works. I'm probably gonna have exactly that workflow, by the way, like in practice, real practice, not just when I'm live streaming. That's that's exactly why I want to have NEXA, so I can have all these different shells open and try these sorts of things. Like I said earlier, this kind of contradicts what I said earlier, that I want to have separate instances and actually work on them, and that's what I'm gonna do in stream, like while I'm live. But in actual practice, I want to try that. I want to see if it's the optimal path forward for me. Check if Cloud Code is connected or not. How do I do that? Or do I? Providers. That's what you're talking about. Yes, connected. Open code doesn't work for me. This is missing. This is missing. Next CLI exists. Open code doesn't work at all for me, by the way. Setting providers. This one? Like, am I in the right place? Okay, open code is an actual bug that I found that you found also. You found it also on your own because you found it first probably, but I also found it. So I'm also technically a finder of this bug. I'm a part of the process, the creative process that is NEXA. Yeah, but how do I get Claude to work in the terminal? Like, I haven't been able to do that. I tried. Yes, you go open new chat and say hi to Opus or Fable. If it works, then you are good and account's connected. But I want the terminal. Look, I go on here, I click plus, and I want to use like CLI or terminal, whichever one. When I click CLI, I go on Cloud Code CLI. It will open this for me. So it opened this one. Ah. Okay, we're good now. We're good. I was saying this is strange, like the fact that it was gray. And what ended up happening was I clicked the button. No, I know there's sound. There's definitely sound. I can see it. I know you can hear me. Don't tell me you can't hear me. Now I fixed. Ah, see? Hey, yeah, it's back. Ah, you typed that earlier. All right, we're good. We're good. We're problem solvers, solving problems on problems on problems. And now we're gonna solve the CLI problem by going to the one. All right, I'm gonna have to. I know I put it in the description that I wouldn't use. I simply would not use Codex. I'd use NEXA the entire time, but just for a second, I'll use it just because we need to check team as a team, guys. You know, with friends and trying to build things here. You know, building NEXA. We need to properly diagnose this and find out whether or not it's CLI. How many versions of the Claude Code CLI have I installed? And check to see and delete any that are not the most up-to-date version. No, this could get risky. This could get risky. And I'll say, you know, delete anyway, it deletes itself. I may need to reinstall it, but I'm curious what the implications are. Will it jeopardize jeopardy jeopardize no dice. Oh my god, no. Gia, it's definitely Gia. It's gonna Gia for dice. Hold on. Gia for jeopardize. I tried. Gia. I was kind of right about this. Geo R dies. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We'll jeopardize you. I'm right. Claude Code Desktop app. And what's the fix given that Claude Code currently doesn't work in the shell when I try to connect the CLI, asking for login and constantly giving me the 403 error. I'm pretty sure it's not an NEXA issue, because I had the same issue with the regular shell. I only needed to type it out to remember, because I just remembered. I thought it was like my fault that I did something wrong, but I don't think I did. I know what you can both do. A co-stream together, so you and REZA can have a stream where you rant about the issue and he fixes it live. probably could. I just checked Ox Alpha. It is no more for me. There's no such model in my open code. Is it same for you? I think I'm connected to it through OpenRouter, not through. Like, look here, I'm on Ox Alpha. I said this earlier. I was like, "Are you Ox Alpha?" Like, "Hi, yes, I'm Ox Alpha, developed by an undisclosed organization. Can I help you?" So I'll ask it. I'm like, "How undisclosed? How undisclosed is undisclosed? Like, very?" I'm gonna say from a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 represents fully undisclosed and 10 is disclosed. You're just disclosed. All right, let's find out. Does it work? Will we know the level of disclosure so that we can give Bippy over here the closure that he needs? Let's try and find out what happened to his beloved Ox Alpha. Oh. Is that what you get? It says thank you for participating in the stealth Ox Alpha testing period. Oh, it's over. This model was ZAI's GLM 5.3 Flash. Use it now. HTTP Open Router AI ZAI GLM 5.3 Flash. You just got played, bro. Everyone in the world just got played. This is you know what this is? This is the placebo. They just wanted to let everyone in the world who's just fallen head over heels in love with American stuff. China's like, are you really in love with it? Are you actually? Here, try our brand new undisclosed, we won't tell you what it is model and see. Proprietary hidden technology that nobody knows about. And then they just say, oh no, by the way, it's just one of the Flash versions. And then you, Bippy, were like, this is amazing, this is crazy. Am I talking about something that I don't know about? It just went for me in the 5 minutes I was using it. Testing period, it went. Yeah. This model was ZAI's GLM 5.3 Flash. Wait, let me confirm what I'm saying just now. Otherwise, that was a horrible analogy and a completely unfounded discovery of just like, oh wow, everyone's using this, they gaslit you and they tricked you, placebo. That would have made absolutely no sense if I'm just wrong. X Alpha GLM. Alright, first let's switch models. And Ox Alpha Open Router. Where is it? It said GLM 5.3. I don't see it anywhere. Oh wait, GLM 5.3. I'm gonna put it on I put it on high. What do you mean? Is GLM 5.3 the same as Ox Alpha? What do you mean? Good question. Good question. What do you mean? Question is a very good question. Agent identity Ox Alpha 3 on your scale. It answered that question I had before. The name is public, but the organization behind the Ox Alpha branding isn't something I advertise. The model layer fully disclosed. The model powering me is GLM 5.3, trained by ZAI. So no, they're not the same thing. Ox Alpha is the agent, the tooling and persona you're talking to, while GLM 5.3 is the model running underneath. It's ZAI built the model. Ox Alpha agent runs on top of it. I see. Did people already know about this before the testing period? Or was this hidden for the test? Same, you can use open code CLI instead. NEXA trying, there's no need to use outside terminal for it. I don't know, man. I tried. I'll try again. You walk me through it. Tell me exactly how to. Oh wait, you mean the next version when you update, right? Oh, Ox Alpha was in a harness then. Yeah, basically. I think they did it on purpose, I'm telling you. Because they know that there's like a huge psychological element that people have of like, oh, America, Anthropic, Dario, or people fanboying about things, fangirling. I don't know what the term is. But then the Chinese do it. It's really good. Nobody trusts it. Because it's Chinese. So this is like a thing that they hyped it up, right? Kind of like Timo. Like Timo has some stuff. Timo has some stuff. I'm telling you that. Like, look, I got this monitor. Super cheap monitor. Okay, from Timo. Super cheap. Okay. Chinese. Right. It's a nice monitor. Why would I go buy like a high quality Samsung, like, especially for something that I just want for practicality, like it's just practical use. You know what I mean? AI is like that. Like these models that you can use just to build a little thing. They exist. Now you'll always know what this little blurry thing at the edge of my screen is, right? Not everyone will know, but you'll know. There's another blurry thing here. The light. I can make it go away like this. Anyway. See in NEXA there's open code CLI already there. NEXA version will have as provider and chat. Click on NEXA new, you'll see chat and CLI. Click on CLI and you will see open code CLI. Click it open. I tried. Let me try again. Watch it work just because NEXA said. Just because REZA said. All right. Plus CLI. Open code. All right, here we are. This is the thing that's opened. Now, if I click here and then I type things, like nothing happens, look. All right, if I click here, it opens this for me. Oh, it actually worked. Let me try. Did I run into this issue before? Hi. Yeah, I was right. Nothing happens. I typed hi. Like, look, let me try. Actually, let me try something I didn't try. Model. No. Yeah, this definitely doesn't work. And then the shell also doesn't work. What if you just add a regular shell? Like no. Wait, I think you did, right? It just needs to be allow things. Click start on open code. Click on click on open code top left. It open drop down. Why would you do that? Like, why would you have that button here? I didn't even know that this was a button. Open code. Oh, wait, do I need to like wait for it or something? Uh, hold on. The button isn't clicking. Maybe if I update it. Maybe I have a different version of open code. Or maybe I need to redetect it. Why would you do that? Yeah, why would you do that? True, like I think you're thinking like to give people options, but sometimes too many options isn't good. So if if it doesn't work, it's a bug, then you have to use the normal terminal. Yeah. That you fixed it because it wasn't there in the connect, and you recently added it, right? I watched your stream, I think either yesterday or the day before yesterday. You were proud about it. You were showing like, look, we have open code now. If you can just have like a regular like the CMD, like if you can add the basically CMD level shell to NEXA where people can just go to the shell and connect to whatever, and it fully works. End of story. And then you can then somebody like me can just figure out how to use the shell for all these with the terminal interfaces and then use them like a CLI, you know? It's a bug for me. It works. Just close open new terminal and type open code, enter, and see it works. Let's try. Close. Gonna close this also. My bad. All right, I'm gonna close this twice. There's go, click plus new, and click. Then you see terminal, click open and open whatever you can open. Okay. You mean this one, right? I have this open here. It's the same thing. By the way, let's just close everything. Empty space. Empty space. We're good. Plus terminal. All right, we have a whole new terminal. Should work. I just type open code. Wait, because I'm not in the, because I don't have it installed in the same folder. I don't have it installed in the same folder. I need to have open code installed in the root. Now I know what the problem is. Now I know what the problem is. It's probably the same problem also for Claude. Yeah, listen, my bad. Completely my bad. It's not even like a bug. But I guess this is still data for you because this is how people are going to. This is how first timers are going to, do things. Okay, then ask codecs inside NEXA chat and ask it to install for you. Okay. Plus, for anyone new joining the stream, just confused about what's going on, REZA is the person who built this and is building it. All right, chat. And so he's basically telling us what to do, how to do it. Codecs. I don't know if all right, I'm gonna say this. I have open code CLI, but I don't have it in the NEXA or in the dev NEXA root folder of the NEXA app. Install it for me. In the correct folder. Let's go. This is totally gonna solve all of our problems. I'm telling you, it's a root level issue. This here is the root. Dev Nexa. And I probably have the folder installed somewhere else. And so open code doesn't exist inside of this. I just realized this. Then what I'm gonna be able to do is really easy, really. Oh, by the way, Reza, if I close, like I want to close some of these, when I delete them, what happens? Do they just completely get deleted or they just stop getting shown? Also, the Kanban you showed me one time on your stream, you showed all of us, I guess, was that you were able to move things around. Like I can't move things and then it'll just open up and click for me. Like I don't want. Hey man, I gotta drop off to focus on some work. Really enjoy today's stream. See you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Jacob, for like staying this whole time. Actually, really helps me out, and I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. And yeah, let me know what you want me to do later as well. Good luck. You do your thing, you do your work, and take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, delete. You can archive. What about the Kanban? You going to sleep now? See you guys. Yeah, going to sleep. It was a nice stream. Yeah, I'm actually gonna stop streaming pretty soon too. You might as well. I think this is it. Like, we've had a good stream. Yeah, this is probably this is a good time to stop. I'm checking the existing what I fixed, added, open up. Maybe it works. Let's just check this out before we stop. Let me check this out. So now if I go here and I refresh this, nope, this is dead forever. Run it from dev NEXA root with npx open code. Maybe I have to type npx open code. All right, terminal. npx open code. That did not do it. This is a dead terminal also now. I just type open code, like open code. Nope, it doesn't work. Maybe it didn't install correctly. From dev NEXA npx local executable. Yeah, we'll figure all this stuff out later. We had a very good stream. Thank you, REZA, for being for helping me out with all these things. I'm pretty sure like NEXA is gonna get to the point where it's just perfect and I don't have any difficulties. It's two things coming together actually. One is the fact that it's still in development, right? Constantly developing. Two is like muscle memory and getting used to it. Like when you have a tool, you need to get used to your tool. And today is actually my first day actually trying to use it. Technically yesterday night. But yesterday night I was focused much more on customization. Like I chose the colors, the glass, all these sorts of things. So today really was the first day. This is normal, like you expect these issues. I can't wait, honestly. I just cannot wait. Like success for me, like if you come back and you watch streams in the future and you see this, then you'll know I'm successful at what I want, my vision here. I want to have like just a bunch of these. Let me see if I can open a bunch of them and show you what I mean. All these are completely failed processes that don't work, but I just opened a bunch of them and you can see them all here. Now if I go and you see that this tile, I click on it and now it's just a bunch organized like this. Success for me is that if I have a bunch of CLIs open, all of these different providers, and I can play with everything, test everything, and then whenever somebody asks me to test something or try something, I can do it while having a transparent, really nice background. That's what it is for me. Thank you, Yusuf. Yes, new update will come with a lot of fixes. That's amazing. Turn agent mode on and chat on, tell it to fix, test for you to fix. I'll see if I can debug whatever things. Yes, gonna sleep. See you guys, it was a nice stream. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who joined, everyone who's just lurking, just watching the background. Take care, guys.